This podcast is part of Another Happy Studios,
the home of podcasts with passion.
Hello and welcome to a very rainy episode of Talking Pictures Podcast. I'm your host David and joining with me as always my co-host Brian. Brian, how are you today?
Is it raining?
It is. We're recording this on Easter weekend. We're recording it in the middle of what is deemed Storm Dave.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Dave!
Yeah.
You have a storm!
No, my name's David. Your name's Brian. I'm not Dave. I don't go by Dave. My name's David.
Same difference.
No. Before we get things started, I just want to welcome everyone to this episode of the podcast. If you're new here, then welcome. If you're a returning listener, then also welcome. We have new episodes every single Wednesday, as well as another podcast, which is called Saturday Morning Cartoon Club, with new episodes on the last Saturday of every month. So if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to us here. Make sure you're subscribed to us there. Make sure that you are subscribed to us everywhere, following us on all of our social medias, all that kind of stuff. We're here today to talk about the newest film, The Drama, starring Robert Pattinson and Zendaya. But before we talk about that, Brian, have you got a trailer of the week for us?
Yeah, vast selection, David. And while I do say that I'm unhealthily listening and watching the newest Supergirl trailer, I'm not going to talk about that because I told you don't listen to it.
Yeah.
Because
don't watch it, don't listen to it, don't interact with it.
Yeah, well, I'm going to force it down your throat once we see the movie because I am unhealthily listening to it because I think it's a banger of a trailer. But the trailer I chose this week, and I know you watched it, is Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone.
Oh yeah, I did watch it actually.
Just once apparently, based on your tone.
Yeah, I actually genuinely forgot it came out. It's weird. I think it's a weird trailer. And by that I mean it's like, I don't know, this is probably one of the first or one of the early instances of something from my childhood being rebooted. And so like I'm directly comparing it to the original films, and it feels like it's a trailer that's come through a wormhole from an alternate dimension where it's like, oh, this is what Harry Potter could have been, you know? And so it's just kind of weird in that aspect. It doesn't have me excited for it in any way. It doesn't have me like looking forward to it. I don't think I am generally looking forward to Harry Potter anyway, because of like, there's a lot of different factors. I think one of the factors being like J.K. Rowling and her whole stance around the trans community and stuff like that. And it's like, while I enjoy Harry Potter,
yeah,
it's like I don't want to contribute to her in any kind of way.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe I should start by saying I don't agree with J.K. Rowling's stance, but what I'm trying to say is hate the artist, don't hate the art.
Yeah, you're dead right, so I should just start listening to Chris Brown music. It's like, where do you draw the line when it comes to stuff like that, you know?
You do have me there, because a piece of shit Chris Brown is.
Yeah, and a piece of shit J.K. Rowling is, you know? It's hard when it's a franchise that you do like.
I do want to preface by saying abuse and violence towards women, it's a different level than harsh words on tweets online.
I think,
me,
you're absolutely right, it is, but it's like, it's a hard topic to talk about because
drama.
Drama. There you go.
Do you get it?
Team of the episode. It is words that's just on Twitter, but like it's perpetuating violence towards a community within the world, and it's hard to talk about when like I'm not part of that community in any sense. Like I'm not LGBT. I'm not like I would just consider myself like an ally of that community, but I don't want to contribute to a person who is actively calling for the eradication of that community. But Harry Potter is a major franchise that is kind of unavoidable in a lot of ways.
Well, yeah, like it's one of the major blockbusters and IP, especially on
and it's
Warner
something
Bros.
I grew up with. It's something I've read almost all the books, and I've experienced and loved the films.
But if you're to compare, right? So yeah, you're not listening to new Chris Brown music. You're not listening
to any Chris Brown music.
I was about to say that.
Yeah,
but then let's say the likes of Kevin Spacey. You're not watching new Kevin Spacey stuff, but are you going to be watching older Kevin Spacey stuff?
Like I couldn't tell you in the last Kevin Spacey movie I watched was, or like a movie starring Kevin Spacey.
What about the House of Cards show? Have you ever seen that? Are you going to watch it?
No. Like maybe down the line, but like it's not watching it for Kevin Spacey.
Well, obviously not, but I don't know. I think
I mean, it's an argument to be made, absolutely. What you're saying is separate the art from the artist. But where do you draw the line?
I'm not going to not watch the new Harry Potter HBO show just because J.K. Rowling's a bitch. This looks good, I think the Harry Potter trailer from HBO, it looks like they've put a lot of money on the production design, on the cinematography, in a world they're rebuilding. Yes, I know it's easy to compare to what we know already, but the strength and ammunition for this show is they are going to tell the same story across 8 to 10 episodes. So rather than 2.5 hours or 2 hours of the story, we're going to get it told across 8 hours. I am looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to see what's different. It's a hard argument to tell me what's the point in showing me this because we've already gotten it twice. Well, I say to you, book readers reading books, you're going to get the same story in a movie adaptation, just told again differently.
Yeah.
So, like, I know it's not it's different saying it's a book to a movie. Well, this is a movie to a TV show, both from the same book.
Yep.
So there's a significant difference, and I think it's a good argument to say I think you should reconsider looking forward to it as a Harry Potter fan. I like the trailer, I like the look of it, I like the brief glimpses we got of the adult characters, and I think it was obviously Harry focused. We didn't get too much of... Well, we got a little bit of Ron. We got fuck all of Hermione, to be honest. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. I think one of the things as well is, like, have I outgrown Harry Potter? Like,
we'll see.
Like by the time this comes out, like, I'll be nearly 30. And it's like... yeah, thanks. But, like, it's just one of those things, like, should I really be getting excited about Harry Potter as a nearly 30-year-old? If I had kids, it'd be a different story. But
no. People die in Harry Potter. Your man has the face at the back of his head. That's frightening as hell.
yeah, I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I don't know. I just don't know. Like, am I too old for Harry Potter now?
You saw Super Mario Bros. The other day.
Yeah, but I wasn't excited for Super Mario Bros. I saw it because I had time to kill.
Toy Story. We're watching Toy Story this summer.
Yeah, but I love Toy Story.
You love Harry Potter.
I don't say I love Harry Potter. I like Harry Potter. I don't love Harry Potter.
I'm gonna have arguments here, man.
Yeah. Listen, we'll see when it comes out. Like, one thing's for sure. Okay? If Harry Potter comes out, when Harry Potter comes out, and look, the rain has started. It's, exclamating my point here, okay? When Harry Potter comes out, if I watch it, I will pirate it. I will not pay to watch Harry Potter. But we're not here today to talk about Harry Potter.
Nor the arguments of life and targeting group communities.
Yeah. Today, we're going to talk about The Drama, which is the newest film starring Robert Pattinson and Zendaya, and it's about
drama.
I think that this is probably one where, we say it for most episodes, where we're going to be talking full spoilers, and I think that this one is definitely one where if you don't know anything about it, go in and watch it.
Okay.
Because it's the central plot everyone knew about, but the central plot point was hidden from everyone.
Yeah, it was never revealed in the trailer.
Which I am so thankful for.
Yeah, because if you think about it, it could have been anything. But whatever that anything was going to be, it was going to be ever present throughout the entirety. Yeah. So once the cat's out of the bag, you spilt the beans, whatever it was going to be, it was not as if it was never going to be acknowledged again. Yeah. It had significant presence throughout the entirety of the movie from that scene onwards.
And I think when I first saw that initial trailer, and okay, this is what the story is going to be.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, there's some secret that's revealed. I said to myself, I wonder what it is. I didn't spend any more time thinking about it.
Neither did I.
And I'm so glad I didn't, because it's one of those things that when it's revealed, you're like, oh, that's so much worse than I ever could have thought. You know, like in my mind, like the worst thing, oh, she nearly killed somebody or something like that.
Or she hit
someone with her car and ran away, did a hit and run. And
that's kind of what I thought as well.
Yeah, but I think because of the fact that I didn't put much time thinking into it, and I'm like, okay, here it comes, what's it going to be? And she says it, and like my jaw dropped, and I was like, I wouldn't have predicted that. I was not thinking that at all.
It kind of generates the theme of what this movie is.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell what the secret is?
So yeah, like I said, spoilers now for the entirety of The Drama. If you haven't already seen it, we would urge you to go and watch it for yourself and experience it for yourself. So Zendaya and Robert Pattinson are going to get married. They play a game with their two friends, and they have to reveal what the worst thing that they ever did was. One of them reveals that they used their ex-partner as a shield from an attacking dog. Someone else says that they locked someone that was kind of slow in a cupboard and left them there overnight. Robert Pattinson reveals that he cyberbullied someone once, and Zendaya reveals that she planned and almost committed a mass shooting, which is just like, when she said it, I was like, my jaw dropped, and I was like, oh, okay, what? Like, I think I was kind of nearly like, I was of the same mental state as some of the other characters, where it's like, what? I'm sorry, say it again. Like, I must have misheard you.
You're not taking serious. No, you're joking. You're kidding.
You like, are you serious right now? It's like, no one's laughing. What's going on here? Like, am I being pranked? Like, what's going on?
I wonder if this is going to be now referred to as the movie about mass shooting.
I wonder, because there's a few points in the film that, like, I was kind of on board with the idea. Now, okay, I want to take a step back from what I just said there.
Mass shootings are wrong.
Oh yeah, obviously. No, there is a few interesting points that are brought up in the film, and I understand them. And the way that I would go about saying this is, there's a very clear distinction between doing something and being interested in something. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of things that I, as a person, I understand, but I don't advocate for them, or I don't agree with them, or anything like that. I will give you an example, okay? Did you watch the Louis Theroux documentary on the Manosphere?
No.
Okay. I watched that, and as I watched it, I went, I understand this. I understand what these people... I understand that the way they're thinking, and I understand what they're going through and all these kind of things. And I also understand how easy it would be for anyone, to fall into this type of thinking. And the way that I compare it would be, let's say you are someone who is lost in life, they're seeking some kind of validation, they're seeking some kind of community, they're seeking some kind of direction.
To belong.
I could see any singular person either falling down the rabbit hole of the manosphere, but I could also see them falling down the rabbit hole of becoming very religious. I find that the two, either way, is a road that you could go down, but it just depends on the individual person, what way they fall.
Well, this one in particular was being bullied.
Yeah.
And they were isolated.
And that's what I mean, is that I can understand what she was going through, that she was going through being bullied, and she saw she had this hyperfixation on shooting, and she got caught up in the aesthetics of it, and she got caught up in the idea, and like maybe the romanticism of this like blaze of glory, and this being that your name is always remembered for this thing, and like you're living your life, and you're a nobody, and no one sees you for who you are, and you do this, you commit this horrible act, and now everyone is talking about you, and you're always remembered, you're imprinted on these people's lives forever.
Yeah, it really does glorify the act itself as opposed to actually doing it. Like it's ideation.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a few sensitive topics. I'm kind of hesitant to bring it up now, but it's a word followed by ideation. Mm-hmm. Self-harm, suicide ideation.
Yeah.
When someone falls down that rabbit hole of thinking about doing an act like that, but you're thinking about it while you're alive, and you're romanticizing the aftermath of it.
Yeah.
But what you fail to realize is that you are not going to be there for that, what you declare as the romantic phase. Yeah. Okay?
You're only just imagining it, and
it's a fantasy.
You're living for the fantasy.
Yeah,
and the fantasy, you don't, because it's a fantasy, you don't get to experience what the reality of it is. You get to live in this everlasting fantasy of, this is what's going to happen.
Yeah,
I do it, and I'm probably dead, so I don't ever get to see that my fantasy wasn't the reality.
Yeah,
it also kind of raises this point where, at some point in the film, they kind of go like, there's so many mass shootings that are committed each day in America.
It's become a culture now.
Yeah, and it's almost like you're desensitized to it. But they raise this point where it's like, think about how many are committed, think about how many aren't committed, think about how many people are like having these thoughts and stuff like that. Yeah. And that is, it's something that...
That's one of the better questions and topics raised in this movie.
Yeah,
alone.
It's like, what... Because I think some people really do forget that every single person that you interact with or don't interact with, every single person you meet on the street has as a complex a life as you do. And every single person that they know has a complex of a life as you do.
Not to mention they have access to guns.
Yeah, they have access to the internet, they have access to money, they have access to guns, they have access to drugs, they have access to alcohol. Like, every single person, you don't know what anyone is going through, and vice versa. Nobody knows what you're going through. So think about it, like how many people have you walked past in your life that have had the thoughts of like just killing someone? And so you don't know what anyone else is going through. And what this movie then tries to do is it tries to say, listen, yes, I did have those thoughts, but I don't anymore. And I didn't do it. You know, it's like, is having the thought the same or as bad as committing the act? And that's the thing that I suppose is the crux of the film, in that Robert Pattinson's character cannot get over the fact that Zendaya's character had these thoughts and almost committed it. But it's like, but I didn't do it. I thought about it, but I didn't do it. It's like, is that as bad?
Oh, so you don't think he overreacted?
It's a hard thing to say. Like,
I think he did. I think he overreacted a bit.
I suppose what I'm trying to say is, we're not here to say who is right and who is wrong.
No.
Because we can only give our opinions.
No, that's all. There's no way to objectively measure this.
Yeah.
To get an established fact. It's opinions.
It's opinions, and it's just a thought. A thought is not the same as an act. It's not. It can't be, because I'm sure that everyone at some point in their life has had a thought where they go, "That's fucked up. Like that's not right." Like, have you ever heard of this thing called the call to the void?
No.
It's where, like, you're living out your everyday life and a thought will come into your mind and it's like, what the fuck? Like, that wasn't me. Like, I didn't think that.
Yeah.
It's like this call to do something or to think something that is like, it's so out of character. Like,
walking on a bridge. And
I was about to say, yeah, there's this walk that I do in the place that I used to live, and while I was walking, there was this bridge, and every time I'd walk on the bridge, I would get this like this note, this like creeping thought in my head of throw your phone over the bridge, and I'd be like, no, like, what am I doing? That's not a thought that I should have. Why would I do that? It's not something I would ever do. But it's like, why am I thinking to do that? You know?
I have the opposite effect, kind of, with when I'm walking somewhere and I see like a manhole, you know, with the railings. Like, you walk over that and your phone is in your hand. All right, I'm not thinking about dropping it down. I'm doing the opposite. I am devoting my entire focus on having a firm grip on that phone.
Okay.
And even putting it in my pocket to make sure
Well,
that...
then you're actively thinking, oh, these call to the voids, these are intrusive thoughts.
Right.
These are thoughts that you have no control over and they don't make sense. It's
Okay.
like, I'll give you another example, not one that I've had, but just an example. You're emptying the dishwasher and you pick up a knife and you would get some kind of thought to be like, oh, just stab someone or just stab yourself. And it's like, why would I do that? Like, I don't have it. It's not like a preconceived thing. It's like, I suppose the best way to describe it is like people that like plead insanity. You know, when they like kill somebody, it's like, yeah, no, I just went insane. Like, I don't know what happened. I just lost it. You know, and that's that's where I suppose I'm coming from with this, like, call this, like, is a thought the same as an action? No, it can't be, because I've had calls to the void. I've had calls to do things that is like are completely out of character. But like, I've never followed through on anything like that, and I wouldn't ever follow through anything on like that. And I objectively go in my mind, that's not me. That's not something that's not who I am.
So yeah, he overreacted.
So yeah, he overreacted. And what I think is interesting is the fact that the whole movie were from Robert Pattinson, Charlie's perspective.
Yeah.
Right? And he's like dealing like, oh, is she a bad person? She had these thoughts. She was planning this. She was doing this. Okay? As soon as he cheats on her, he kisses her, I go, completely irredeemable. I do not like this character anymore. Because in my mind, he acted on it.
Yeah.
And he did that. And I go, that's so much worse. Cheating on someone, for me, is like an unforgivable act. And it's like, you cheated on him. You cheated on her, and she thought about something. It's like, it's not the same. It's not the equivalent.
I think they tried to argue a battle in the simple fact of saying she thought about it. She didn't do it, all right?
That was his whole crux, because he's asking so many people.
But see, here's the thing. I felt like every time Robert Pattinson was sharing the screen with Zendaya after the reveal, he was arguing with her on trying to understand it. But every time he was with someone else,
He was trying to defend it.
I really like that about this character, because every time he was challenging her and she was getting more upset about it, because it's become more of a real thing now that did happen, such as the thought that it was. But I was like, dude, you're being an asshole now to her, right? But I like that it looked like he was coming around in trying to defend her and argue for her, and argue a case that she is not this person that you are all calling her. But the argument is then thrown to him, yeah, but she still planned it. But
it's kind of nearly like he's trying to argue it against other people because
Yeah.
he's also trying to justify it to himself.
Yes.
Like he's arguing with these other people, but then also to himself. Like it's like, if I can convince them, I can convince myself.
Yeah.
And it's fine.
But that's why he's trying so hard. Like he's trying to tell his one colleague Misha in the room, and that's a great scene. And like every time he's trying to say something in her defense, his colleague, says something that it goes on the offense against her that justifies. No, I think I would call the police, and then he gets real.
I think
thick.
he gets so thick because he's realizing she's right.
Yeah.
In some ways.
Or that Robert
I should have
Pattinson.
done this.
Robert Pattinson thought about calling the police.
Yeah. She's giving the answers that he has already thought of, but just
that
hasn't
he-
expressed yet.
Or he doesn't want. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This movie was more funnier than I thought.
It was a lot funnier than I thought. It was like, it's been a long time since I cringed in a movie, and I feel like there's a lot of times where I cringe in this.
What do you mean?
You know exactly what I mean, okay? Because I saw you in the film, okay? When Misha walks in and immediately starts going, "It was just a kiss," and you curled up in a ball and you put your fists into your chest and you're like, "Oh my god, stop." That's cringe. It's like this, like, "Oh my god, I can't believe I'm in this situation, get me out of it now." I hate this so much. And there were so many times where it happened in the film where I was like, "Oh my god, get me out of here, please." Like and I love it. I love the cringe. In the moment, I'm like, "Oh my god, get me out of here."
Yeah.
But I tell you what, I love being in it. It's like I love the feeling of
It's
I-
a physical reaction.
it's a physical reaction, and I'm like, "Oh my god, get me out of this situation." And then my brain does this thing where it goes, "But you're not in the situation." And I go, "Oh yeah, I'm not. This isn't me at all."
Is it a bad comparison to say, I really want to watch this car crash, but I'm glad I'm not in it?
Exactly. It's like, "Oh my god, I can't look away. Like, this is awful. This is terrible, but I
Yeah.
can't look away. I have to watch it all. I have to see it to its conclusion."
Yeah. Oh my god, that scene where, do you know what I like about that scene in particular?
Go on.
Is Robert Pattinson was trying to toss off, no, don't get Misha, don't get her involved.
Yeah.
But she, no, okay, fine, I'll go get her. Zendaya leaves. We don't follow her get her.
No, the
Misha.
movie's from his perspective.
Yeah.
It's all from his perspective.
Yeah.
pretty
I
much.
suppose when you think about it, aside from the flashbacks, they are from his perspective, and it kind of takes me to think, well, then why is Zendaya first billing name on the credits? He should be.
She's a bigger star, first of all. And second of all, even though he's the main character, she's the main subject of the film. It's all about her actions and how are people dealing with her.
Right.
But yeah,
I
there's...
suppose the movie doesn't happen without her.
Exactly. Yeah, she's the inciting incident. The moment where they bring Misha into the room, I'm so glad that she immediately, like, we enter into the cringe, because
There's no slow build up.
There's no slow build up to it.
Meandering to the reveal. It's straight away.
misunderstanding, him trying to be like, "All right, okay, we'll let her go. It's a straight away she's in, and I'm like, "Okay, good. I'm glad that you are not getting away with this."
Oh yeah,
I'm
he
glad.
got proper outed to it.
Yeah, good. And it's just a shame that it happened after they've already been married. Like that Zendaya now, or Emma doesn't have a chance to get out of this in the same way that Charlie did, where he's had a week of this whole turmoil, this whole drama about the mass shooting. That he's had a week of dealing with this, whereas Zendaya has it's just happened all of a sudden, and now it's like, okay, I'm in it, unfortunately.
There was a real change in behaviour where she was going, "Oh no, please, did you tell anyone? Mm-hmm. Are you sure? Didn't know, because I feel like everyone's ruining this for us."
Yeah.
To a real switch of, shut the fuck up, continue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's a victim almost in a way, and then all of a sudden she's like, no, actually, I'm the main character here.
Yeah, she is really victimizing in a lot of this. She really is.
Which is interesting because, like, she is the victim, but, like, she could have also been the perpetrator. Like think about what is the reason we're here is because she thought about committing a mass shooting.
Yeah.
And now she's the victim.
And do you know the reason as to why she didn't go through with it in the first place is because someone else did it, and that was a hard case for Robert Pattinson to argue in her defense.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not that she had to come to Jesus moment, it's just that someone else did it, and that kind of that was her invitation to socialize and gain friends.
Yeah, that's the thing. Something I was saying there earlier as well, I forgot to get to it, was that as soon as... So, you can fall down these rabbit holes.
Yeah.
And it's not until maybe you see there is a light at the end of the tunnel that you realise, oh, what I was doing there was unhealthy. What I was doing was wrong. And yes, someone else committed some kind of shooting earlier on, or sorry, on the same day that she was planning it, or that week or whatever, and she felt as though, oh, the spotlight will be taken away from me, so I'm gonna wait. And it's in that time afterwards where she sees actually the fantasy breaks, and one of her classmates was killed in the other one, and she sees the devastation afterwards, and she realizes, oh man, I could have been the one to cause this. And she sees the reality of it, and you know, these slow dominoes are falling, and she's pulled out of it, and she actually goes on to be an anti-gun activist, and she goes down the completely other end of the spectrum. And it's because of the people that, you know, she surrounds herself with, and she's no longer being bullied, she's no longer isolated, she can actually be part of community that is better for her.
Yeah.
And like, that's something that can happen in real life as well, is that people fall into these rabbit holes, and all they need is just someone to show them that, no, this isn't the way that you should be going. It's pulling these people out of these rabbit holes and these wrong ideas that they have.
It's a heavy subject to take up. Like, it's for the reveal that it is, when they introduce the idea of a mass shooting, they really harken back to her past. Like, they show a lot of flashback scenes to it, and like having a younger actress play young Zendaya's character.
You know what I quite liked about that?
What?
Is, and I would actually argue that in a lot of other cases I wouldn't like it, but this idea of like, you get to live in Charlie's imagination, that he imagines so much, and like, he can't get over, like, even when he's spending time with Emma, that he then imagines this 15-year-old version of her. And it's like, oh, am I actually going out with the person I thought I was going out with?
Yeah.
Am I actually going out with this 15-year-old? Like, in his mind, it's the 15-year-old version, and she represents the person that could commit this act.
Communicated quite well at the photo shoot.
The photo shoot, yeah, and when they're out and they're
There's
just walking around the streets, and they're feeding squirrels in the park, and this kind of stuff. All these things that he knows and they've done together, but now he's recontextualizing it into his own version. Or this version he thought it was Zendaya, but it's actually this other actress, this 15-year-old version of her.
But he's overreacting.
He is overreacting, yeah. But I quite liked the fact that we got to live in this imagination, and there are a few instances where things happen and then they replay, and it's like, oh yeah, this is how it actually happened.
What did you make of the magazine with the semi-naked women holding weapons, holding the guns? Was that real?
I thought that was real. The only thing that I actually thought wasn't real was the last scene when she comes into the diner.
Really?
Yeah, because that was something they discussed on their first date, was, oh, do you think the ending actually happened? Like, she does say that. And so I was like, oh yeah, no, they were unsure. So I was convinced that didn't happen. Because like, the last we see of Emma is she's leaving the party. She's leaving the wedding.
Yeah.
She's going off by herself.
Wearing an orange coat and a wedding dress.
Exactly. And so we're with Charlie the whole time. And he does say on the phone, she's with her dad.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, we're with Charlie, and like, we've been with Charlie the whole time, and he's had these imaginary thoughts. And
he goes to get a cheeseburger or something like that, which is mentioned that, oh, that's what the folks at the Oscars do. They go get a burger.
That's what she wanted to do. She wanted to go to that diner at the end of the night.
Yeah.
So in my mind, it's like Charlie's sitting there and he's imagining how she would come in and how she would react. So in my mind, I don't know, I haven't decided. I think that if she had just come in and sat down and not said a word, I would have said, yeah, no, he was imagining that. The fact that they had a little bit of dialogue,
yeah, but
I put it into question.
But even though that dialogue is somewhat repetitive to a
conversation that was already had, it calls it into question for me. Is this Charlie imagining it, or is it real? And I think that the thing that is having me move towards this was imaginary is because it's almost too perfect. It's exactly what Charlie wants. She has no reason to forgive him without... She just...
It's kind of...
completely forgives him.
It's kind of making it forgettable that he actually cheated on her.
Yeah.
Because he did, in fact, kiss Misha.
And this is his fantasy.
Yeah.
This is the thing that he wants.
So now it kind of makes you question, who should we have been really looking at as the person that we should have been mistrusting, the person we should have been on the fence and cautious about?
It feels like it's Charlie, because it's like we said earlier, it's the pulling into question. It's like, okay, I thought about it, but I didn't do it.
Yeah.
Whereas Charlie did it.
But look at the...
But he stopped himself, but he still did it. He didn't go the full way.
But look at the danger that led up to that. How he just let himself go rather than actually communicating it with Emma. Communication is key in these type of things.
Yeah.
And the fact that he didn't, like, first of all, take the mug. How many times did we have a millisecond cut to that mug? But we know it's a mug that Charlie doesn't want and he throws it out. But we don't know what it is. It's a mug that coffee or I'll shoot. And it's
all these references to gun. There's actually, I don't know if you noticed this.
I did notice it.
Go on.
No, you tell me.
Well, the photo.
Yeah.
The photo is brilliant because the poster, it's the poster for the movie where Zendaya is holding up the ring and she's holding up all 5 fingers. In the movie, it's not. She's holding up a gun to his head. And I was like, brilliant.
Yeah.
Just absolutely brilliant because it's like, oh, there's the poster.
You're noticing that after watching the movie.
Yeah, because I did notice it to begin with. It's like, oh, okay, it's a picture from before they were engaged.
Yeah.
And obviously the version is an edited version for the poster where she has the ring on her finger. And then afterwards it completely recontextualizes it and you're like, it doesn't recontextualize it, it just is, it's now a funny thing where it's like, oh, and you were kind of nearly waiting for Charlie to see that and be like, oh, what's going on here?
But you see them when he denies throwing out the mug, and then he says, "Okay, I'm sorry, I threw out the mug. I'm sorry you threw out your favorite mug." Because like she said, it's not about the mug; it's the fact that you threw it out and you lied, and because of what the mug is, I'm suspecting it's because you think I did do this mass shooting.
It's this one small act
Yeah.
that actually it's all of these dominoes that are falling into that act. It's what does this act actually mean? The act is I put this in the bin, but in actual fact it means I'm scared of you because I thought you were going to commit a mass shooting.
Oh, but she approaches him holding a knife, and what was his first reaction to it?
He's scared. Yeah. He's like, what's going on?
And she's challenging him on that behaviour. So she goes to, she tries
scare him a bit.
to jolt the knife at him a bit, and he does react. He's scared. Man, the Charlie really, he's the one with the trust issues. He's the one with the problems, and it's kind of like too little, too late in the bad deeds he does and wanting to, because he realizes the error of his ways once he's done something bad.
Of course, yeah.
Cheating.
Yeah, too late.
Yeah,
you've done it. But, it's not. You've not thought about it. You've just done it.
It's as if any argument he had over Zendaya to be the better person, to be the bigger person,
completely gone.
Oh, it's gone as soon as he done something dirty.
Oh well, I lost all sympathy for him. Like it was like, no, now I don't trust you. Now I don't have any sympathy for you. It's like whatever you have coming, you deserve.
Yeah. All of a sudden, any bad element, any bad nature we thought of Zendaya has gone down the drain. Now she's a victim. Oh, the photo shoot.
The shot list.
Yeah, the shot list.
We're gonna shoot you guys. Then we're gonna shoot your parents. Then we're gonna shoot the grandparents. And it's like, oh my god,
I felt
great play on words.
Oh Jesus Christ, so funny. Things you have to be very clever in writing this.
Yeah,
it's a well written movie and it's well executed as well.
And you know what? As well, it's well acted. I 100% believed that these two were a couple.
Do you know what?
They had great chemistry.
I thought this was just going to be another throwaway. Hot, good actor.
Yeah,
and
who's hot at the moment? Yeah, put them in.
Yeah, sure. If this wasn't Zendaya, it could have been Anya Taylor-Joy, Florence Pugh, could have been
Robert Pattinson, Timothy Chalamet, Tom Holland,
yeah,
Austin Butler. Yeah, like there's so many names that you could just fit into these roles.
Yeah,
but I think that Zendaya and Robert Pattinson were perfect for it and believable, and they had great chemistry, and I really liked seeing them together. I actually hope to see them again soon together.
Okay, now it's time for trivia.
Go for it, Brian. Tell me more. Where will we be seeing?
What does Zendaya have in common with Tom Holland, Timothy Chalamet, and Robert Pattinson?
She will be starring in movies with them.
Yeah. Want something a little extra?
Go on.
Beyond that, Robert Pattinson has already worked with Timothy Chalamet and Tom Holland.
Yeah.
Not talking about Dune Part 3 or The Odyssey.
Give me a second. He's worked with Timothy Chalamet on The King.
Yeah.
And he's worked with Tom Holland on... You'll have to give me a moment for this.
A Netflix release just like The King.
Okay. Cherry? No?
Nope.
That was Apple TV. Netflix. Tom Holland. No, I don't know. You're going to have to tell me.
The Devil All the Time.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that one, actually. Yeah. Yeah, he plays the priest. Yeah.
So now we're just missing a collaboration between Timothy Chalamet and Tom Holland.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that doesn't fit.
Yeah. But you know what? I think...
but yeah,
based on the movies this year, Zendaya will probably be our most talked about because we'll have her in the drama, we'll have her in Spider-Man, we'll have her in Odyssey, and we'll have her in Dune.
The drama, Odyssey, Dune,
Spider-Man.
Yeah, you're right.
And we'll have Robert Pattinson in 3 of those. We'll have him in the drama, we'll have him in the Odyssey, and we'll have him in Dune. But we won't have him in Spider-Man.
No. Wow. What a year for some of these folks.
Yeah.
But yeah, if it wasn't, whatchamacallit, Robert Pattinson, it easily could have been Austin Butler or Glenn Powell or anything.
Yeah, you could see.
Or Michael B. Jordan, do you know? Like any one of those things. Like Zendaya's worked with John David Washington, with Josh O'Connor. It's a rotating list of who's hot at the moment to throw them in.
This feels like Zendaya's next film after Challengers.
Yeah.
Even though she has been in other things, this feels like, oh no, this is Zendaya's movie.
4 Spider-Man movies plus 3 Dune movies wouldn't really count because they're their own
franchise. Yeah, this is just a Zendaya movie almost.
Yeah.
But I think that Robert Pattinson fits this role so well because of he's like neurotic almost. He's almost Zendaya kind of feels like a kind of like, oh, she's too good for you.
Yeah.
That kind of way where he's like, oh, he's bumbling and he's British and he's like a fish out of water kind of.
I did mean to bring this up in comparison because to argue as why I thought I was not looking forward to this so much because it's another, well, I suppose in this case Robert Pattinson with another hot female actress. Jennifer Lawrence, she did one with him, Die My Love.
Yeah.
I didn't see that movie.
Yeah, not a comedy.
No,
not a comedy.
Okay,
it's kind of like an existential craziness.
Okay,
yeah.
Well, you kind of get where I'm going with.
Yeah,
hot female actress but hot male actor.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know.
Yeah, fill in the blank. Who's available?
Yeah, but yeah, sorry, I kind of interrupted your flow there.
No, I think you're. I don't know. I can't remember what the flow was anyway. But they're great, and they are. You fully believe them as a couple.
So yeah, I was actually a little heartbroken because I rooted for them. And who would have thought? Just because they're well-known, hot-name, popular actors doesn't mean they're incapable of playing a character and delivering a performance and making you as an audience believe they are a couple. Fully believe it. I want to talk about that bitch of a friend.
I was about to say there is one person I'd like to talk about, Alana Haim.
Yeah,
and she does.
I would pronounce it Haim.
Okay, well I don't know. Yeah, we can call it Haim.
Haim.
She plays a great bitch. All right, she plays a great like a bit like you're like shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
and in a way. She's justified. She's like, yeah, I can understand it.
She's justified, but she's arguing for someone who's not in a position to argue for themselves because they're just not part of the company.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know. She just really plays a good, smarmy, you're like, shut the fuck up. When she gets up and does the speech and you're like, oh, stop making this all about you. Stop ruining the day. Get over yourself kind of thing. She does that really well.
Yeah.
You know?
She plays the role of you not likable. She's a bit, and even her partner, he's thinking, no, don't sit down, that's enough.
He's reasonable. He's like, stop, it's not your day. This isn't for you. This isn't the time to do this.
That guy, that actor,
yeah,
he's a great voice. Do you know what he was in?
I do, once Letterboxd tells me. Go on, tell me.
I can tell you before Letterboxd.
Yeah.
Elemental.
Was he in Elemental?
He was Wade. He was the water guy.
I know him from, funnily enough, I'm looking at his Letterboxd here. The only thing I really recognize him from would be Jurassic World. He has to be in something else.
I can't even remember him in Jurassic World.
But I've definitely seen him before. I've seen him in multiple films. I've seen him in Kinds of Kindness. I've seen him in The Circle. I've seen him in Unicorn Store. I've seen him in The Front Runner. I'm gonna have to look this guy up. He must be in a TV show because I can't figure out where I know him from.
Well, he's a well-spoken actor, and I think he should be in more.
Mamadou Athie is his name. I just had to look at his IMDb there. I can't figure out what I know him from exactly, so I must just know him from a general knowledge of him, I suppose.
Oh, sure, I know him down the street there.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
You're good friends.
He's a good friend. Great lad. Yeah, she does play a real hateful, unlikable person. But she was in One Battle After Another, and she was in Licorice Pizza. She
does a lot with Paul Thomas Anderson.
She's a musician.
She is. She's part of a band, I think, with her sisters.
Yeah.
I think it's called Haim or Haim, whatever it's pronounced.
Do you know what do you make of the little interspiced moments of with the DJ? Do you know when they saw her on the street, what they saw her smoking
heroin? Yeah.
But when they bring that up to her, it's like she denies it. But whether she does or she doesn't, Like, the DJ says to Zendaya, "Can I just be honest with you?" "Yes, please. That's all I'm asking for." "You're being a cunt." You said you can be honest. And then she calls him a pussy and her a cunt, and she storms off. I like that. This is after Robert Pattinson cheats on her. And it's making Zendaya her own person, to be judged on her own merits as a person.
Yeah.
Not based on the act she did not do when she was
Yeah,
younger.
this is one of the only interactions, I suppose, in the film that she has where the other person doesn't have some kind of knowledge of the main plot of the film.
Yeah.
Do you know, like, this is just purely on this interaction. There's nothing, no preconceived notions or anything like that. The
Yeah.
only preconceived notions are from Zendaya's point of view, where this character she's seen her smoking heroin. Or so she thinks. We don't even know. We
No,
don't
it
get an
might be unconfirmed. What'd you make of the new DJ? And what was that scene about?
I think it was just like one of these things where it's like, again, the cringe, where it's like, this guy is, you a tech head because I brought this, and it's like just this like
What's
this,
the
like Robert Pattinson is dealing with all these other things. Like he's now dealing with all this drama as it is with when it comes to the mass shooting, but now he's also cheated on his wife, and the person he's cheated on her is there, and he doesn't know what she's going to do, and so it's like just adding this extra layer, and then he bumps into the plus one of the girl he's cheated with, and it's like all these kind of things that are slowly building and building and building.
He doesn't have time to be dealing with
I don't have time to be dealing with this, and then the fucking great joke of the DJ plugging in the thing, and it sounds like a big gunshot. You actually were like, "Fuck!"
It got me.
You.
It got me.
Yeah.
Oh, but the two last things I just want to talk about. Robert Pattinson's speech.
Yeah. That was a great, like,
so pathetic and very unceremonious. Definitely.
you get the building blocks, I suppose, of what we heard of it earlier on in the film.
Yeah.
And now it's just like a man who's like, "Oh my God, I can't believe, I'm going to have to do this." And he's just,
And then he just breaks down, and everyone's just start talking, and then he openly admits cheating, and then your man Blake comes over, and he thinks, "Shut the fuck up!" But then the guy just stomps up at him, and I like the way they didn't reveal straight away that he actually headbutts him.
Yeah.
But he doesn't headbutt him because he cheated on his wife. He headbutts him because he said, "You sexually assaulted my woman." Did he? Did he not? I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah. I mean, he kissed her without consent, and they were both in relationships, and he also ripped her dress open, like...
Yeah.
I would say, yeah, he did.
Fuck, what a prick.
Yeah.
Smash cut to him coming home to the apartment, and it's just bloodied up.
It was one of those moments where he I'm like, he had his face all busted up and like blood all over him, and I'm like, yeah, good.
Yeah, you do deserve it.
Yeah.
And then he plays the song for himself that she always played for him. Oh, that's another thing. What's with the dancing instructor?
Oh yeah, she was just a bit of a bitch as
Yeah,
well, wasn't
she was being a real cunt.
Yeah. I think a lot of the women in this film are painted as bad guys compared to the men.
Except the one man who is the main character is the bad guy. And
yeah.
the one main woman is the good guy. That's how I perceive it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the other thing, that's Zendaya. That's Zendaya one.
See how when we talked about Ready or Not 2, I said that there were moments where you went, whoa, like, because you were so surprised at Samara Weaving's beauty.
Yeah.
That happened to me here a few times in this, where I love Zendaya. She's incredible. She's one of the most beautiful women on the planet. But there's this moment where he's imagining her with the guns, and she's like sitting on the bed with the gun.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy moly. Like, even though I know, and she's like one of my top crushes, like I like, she's hot. But then when she's like sitting there on the bed with the gun, I'm like, wow.
It's like,
she's hot.
How could you further see how hot Zendaya is? Have her half naked, sitting on the bed with her feet crossed, holding an assault rifle,
Yeah.
and she's smiling.
And I'm not into guns or anything like that, but for some reason it's like, it's a good accessory.
Yeah,
It's kind of hot.
very well. Yeah, even when she's like upset when he's giving the speech, or even when one's giving a speech and she's just sitting
She just
there
holds herself so well. She's just beautiful.
She's very fucking gorgeous. Unbelievable.
Tom Holland, you're a lucky man.
Married and all.
Yeah, fair play. I hope their wedding day went off without a hitch.
Yeah, one would think. Yeah.
And she's a lucky girl too. He's a good looking man.
He's a dashing lad.
She's married to Spider-Man. How many people get to say that?
She makes Spider-Man better.
Yeah.
Come to think of it. You know, her character in Dune is Shawnee. Is more of a force to be dealt with than MJ. But like, she owns MJ so well. Like, yeah. And not that we're going to be talking about it, but like, she she's had a busy year, like to throw in Euphoria as well.
Yeah, that's coming back now in the next couple of weeks.
A show
yeah.
that was in question on whether it would
ever
return.
come back. Yeah.
But talk about another hot it girl, like Sydney Sweeney.
I don't know. I wouldn't really class Sydney Sweeney. I would have previously, but she's had so many flops over the last year or so. Like, I suppose she came back with The Housemaid. The Housemaid seemed to do well.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't have said that she... Like, Sydney Sweeney is absolutely a, quotations, hot. She's hot at the moment. She's in demand. But I wouldn't say she's a bankable actress in the same way that Zendaya is.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, just throw Jacob Elordi in there as like he could have played a role in this.
Yeah, I could see Zendaya and Jacob Elordi do this. Yeah.
So they start together in Euphoria.
In Euphoria,
have
yeah.
you seen Euphoria?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're opposing.
They don't really have many interactions in
No,
Euphoria, really.
it's very limited in the end.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad we chatted about this.
Yeah.
Surprisingly so, it was funny.
It was one of my most anticipated of the year.
Was it?
Yeah, it was in my top 10. And I think I put it in there like kind of the same as Challengers, where it's like...
It's just because it's Zendaya.
I mean, it doesn't hurt that she's in it,
No,
alright.
no,
but
absolutely not.
I'm glad it was as good that it deserves to be in my top 10 of my most anticipated.
Spider-Man, Dune, The Odyssey, and the drama, and Euphoria. Fuck me, like...
Zendaya's year is like Pedro Pascal's year last year. She will be the person of the year, movie-wise, TV show-wise.
Yeah. One day we're just going to have all these hot actors in one movie. Like,
Yeah.
one day.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to see them all in the one photo shoot.
Have you got any recommendations before we wrap this up?
I'm going to recommend The Boys.
The Boys.
The Boys.
Okay. Interesting.
What are you going to recommend?
I'll be honest with you, I've been scrolling. I don't know.
You're like me most of the time.
I don't have... Everything that I'm watching at the moment, I've recommended in the last few weeks. I'm going to have to recommend Euphoria. Because the new season is out... by the time this episode releases, it's out next weekend. So, Euphoria.
You could have recommended Malcolm in the Middle, which is coming out on Friday.
No, because we're going to be talking about Malcolm in the Middle. So? We're not going to be talking about Euphoria.
Alright, fair
enough.
Well, we're going to be talking about The Boys.
Yeah. I don't know. I just recommend what I'm recommending.
All right,
I recommend
fine.
Euphoria just for Zendaya, a bit more Zendaya in your life.
Thanks, Eva.
Brian, thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Talking Pictures Podcast. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you're subscribed to us on your favorite podcasting app of choice. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe on your... If you haven't already, make sure you're following us on all of our social medias. Like we said at the top of the show, we've a new episode every single Wednesday. And we also have another podcast, which is Saturday Morning Cartoon Club, which has new episodes on the last Saturday of every month. Make sure to check out our last episode, which was Ed, and Eddie. Make sure you check out our next episode, which is going to be on an all-time favorite for both of us, which is Sheldon Showdown. So make sure if you haven't already, you're subscribed to us there, you're subscribed to us here, you're subscribed everywhere. This podcast is brought to you by Another Happy Studios, so make sure to check out all of the other podcasts on our network. Those can be found at anotherhappystudios.com. Brian, any final words before we let these people go?
I like that at the end of the episode, I just get to switch off and like my work's done.
Yeah.
While I have to...
And I close my eyes and I have to remember it and I go, did I already say this? Did I not? Because I don't have it scripted. No. I have it scripted generally in my head of, these are the things I have to say.
Yeah.
But I can't remember them.
That's just extra work that I don't have to do anymore because you do it so well.
And you know what? I even took over the clapperboard. So, like, I do that now, and you don't do anything. You just have to sit here and just look pretty.
You thieved this from me. You thieved this from me, David.
Man, what a drama.
It's not the end of it.
Thanks, Brian.
Thanks, David.